Bonjour, je m'appelle Bearlenation. That gives you a little clue as to where we've ended up, viewers, on this new unexpected journeyman following that sacking from Boavista. But where have we ended up, and at what club? Let's go find out. First things first, just before we have a look at the new club, if this is the sort of thing that you enjoy, please don't forget to smash that like button for me, with it being technically episode 1 of a new series on the channel, and drop a subscribe as well to the channel. All helps very, very much. Here we are then, viewers. Welcome to France and welcome to Bordeaux. Today's episode we are going to be looking at the squad and learning about Bordeaux a little bit more. As you can see, we are back here in December. We left on Friday, Boavista in March. It's taken us till December to get a job. We had 2 interviews, one in Spain with Vigo, well, Celta Vigo, and one in France with Strasbourg. Both turned us down. Bordeaux threw us a lifeline. We played then at the Matamut Atlantic Stadium with a capacity of 42,115 people and 41,458 seats. So there's a little bit of terracing. It's a fairly new stadium, 8 years old as well. We've got great training facilities, excellent youth facilities, adequate academy coaching and average youth recruitment, so we need to improve them if we are to stay here at Bordeaux, unless we move on, because this is now a journeyman where the save is to win the Champions League, work our way up, but I think Bordeaux is certainly a good platform to start at. As we have just joined then, the club vision is develop players using the club youth system, sign players under the age of 23 for the first team, and make the most of set pieces. That's the club culture. The ongoing plan is work within a wage budget, a maximum contract of 1 year for players over the age of 32 and 2 years for those over the age of 30. This season the board want us to avoid relegation. We'll have a quick look at the table in a minute. And finish in the 11th round of the French Cup. I mean, that already is blowing my mind that there's 11 rounds in this French Cup. Other than that, we are just looking at remaining in Ligue 1 Uber Eats for the 5-year plan. However, as I said, we might not even be here in 5 years. We'll see how this journeyman goes and see if any other clubs are about. The overall balance of the club then, we join with a minus of £4.4 million, transfer budget of £700,000 and a wage budget of £654,000 a week, which we've got about £14,000 left to spend in that. So with January on the horizon, we may have to look at making some improvements to this squad. Just before we do look at the squad then, viewers, we have joined the club. They are currently sitting in 17th position, 1 point above the relegation playoff places and 2 points above the relegation places automatically. 15 games of this season gone. Already PSG 10 points clear. They're a team that we've got to look out for. But if we can start picking up some wins very, very quickly, I think we'll be okay. We'll be okay. We applied for the Lille job as well. The link to Boavista turned us down. We do have a tough start to life here. We start against 5th place Rennes. However, we do have a winnable game in our second game here, but our first home game against Paris FC. And hopefully that will be, well, hopefully we'll pick up 3 points against Rennes. But if not, fingers crossed, that will be our first 3 points against Paris. What we'll do now is then we will go have a look at the squad and introduce ourselves to the team here in France. So I've just searched by ability then, viewers, and our key player looks to be Philippe Kostic. He's a 31-year-old Serbian, plays anywhere on that left-hand side at wing-back, on the left wing, and in the attacking midfield role. That's really good. Good acceleration at 16, decent pace at 15. Passing could be a little bit better, but good cross, decent first touch as well. He looks very, very good. I can see why he is the key player here. The only thing that does worry me is he's 31 years of age and has 2 years left on his contract. However, he looks a good starting block, certainly better than anything we had at Boavista, in my opinion. This season then, he's already got 3 goals in 15 games with an average rating of 7.07. And last year he signed for £3.2 million, getting 6 goals, 2 assists, 1 player of the match in 34 games with an average rating of 7.04. As I said, you can see why he's the best player here and certainly gives us a good platform to build on if that is the type of player that we've got at this club. Just having a quick look down the squad then, viewers, we've got 3 goalkeepers. I mean, we'll try and get rid of one of them. We've got one that's 36, Benoit Costil. His contract runs out at the end of the season, so he probably won't be. It's on £38,000 a week. He's played 4 games and conceded 2 goals, 2 clean sheets. He's played a lot of games last year, but my word, £38,000 a week for a 36-year-old is a heck of a lot of money. And I'll be honest, looking at that now, he's probably not going to be here next season because we could use that so much better, I believe. 2 right backs. There's a lack of centre backs here. Only 3 out-and-out centre backs. One of them is Chris Smalling. 34-year-old Chris Smalling is a centre back we've got here. I mean, he doesn't look bad for age of 34. Composure could be better, but heading 15, tackling 15, marking 15 means he looks okay technically. Physically poor, pace 9, acceleration 9, so he's very, very slow, but he does have good jumping reach at 6'4", good positioning, but he, again, he's got another 2.5 years left on this deal on £18,000 a week. He's 34. Well, wasn't expecting that. He was bought last year for 1.6 million as well. He's done all right this year with a 7.13. Maybe I'm giving him a bad reputation already, but he is slow. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of him having him here already. 2 left backs, 2 defensive midfielders, 1 right midfielder, 1 left midfielder. Didier Dong, was he the one at Sunderland? He was. Again, a player with Premier League experience, not a lot of it, 31 games, has played in England, bought for £2.4 million this year. 5 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, average rating of 6.55. What has happened there to do that? Because that's not a bad record. Now that worries me. That really worries me. 29 years of age, only on £12,750 a week. Again, he's still got, what, 2.5 years left on that deal. It's a lot of money for a Gabonese international. Again, we'll have to have a look. 29, though, it's not a youthful squad by any stretch of the imagination from the players that we picked out already. He's only made 1 start with 4 appearances off the bench. That sends shivers down my spine that we spent money on him at one point, and that's all his record is. Jean-Michel Sherry, wasn't he the one that was at Fulham as well? Another 32-year-old player. £44,000 a week on an 18-month deal remaining. When was he signed? £7.75 million. He's only scored 2 goals for the club, bringing in 8 assists. And again, the average ratings aren't bad, but wow, 32 years of age. It worries me how many ages that we are seeing in this squad of an olden age, so to speak. 4 attacking right-hand-sided players, 3 attacking left-hand-sided players. Is that Bernard? Is that the one that was at Everton? It is. He is the one that was at Everton. He's 31, 25 grand a week. Again, he's still got 18 months remaining. He doesn't look bad, actually. Long shots could be better, but that doesn't really matter. Crossing's decent. Passing's good. Technique is very, very good, and flair. Acceleration, pace could be a little bit better at 11. He's very short, though, at 5'5". But when was he signed? He was signed on a free transfer last year, and he's contributed one assist. That's all he's done so far. 1 assist. Wow. Again, average rating 6.60, 6.62 this season. I can understand why Bordeaux are in the position they're in. Their players are just not performing at all. What worries me as well is we don't have an out-and-out striker. Do not have an out-and-out striker. That worries me. Massively, massively worries me. Other than that, I don't recognise anyone particularly in the squad apart from the names that we picked out. We'll have a quick look at the older players in this squad, see how many different types of ages we've got here. Right, another issue. 15 players aged 30 or over. It is an old squad here. 1 age 29, 2 27, 2 24, 1 23, 1 22, 2 21 and 1 18. So it's a very aging squad that we've got here, and something that does need to be addressed if we are to rebuild our reputation here as well. What the wages like? £44,000 a week. Seri is the most expensive player. Then Costill, the 3rd choice keeper, I'm going to say, at 38 grand a week. 5 players on over £30,000 a week is a lot of money, and they're all over 30 as well, and that is just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. We're going to have a quick look as well and see if there's anybody in this development centre that might be of use to us that we can bring into the squad, bring some fresher, younger legs in on cheaper wages as well. Already, just looking at this potential then, there's a lot of players that have got really, really good. I mean, he could be potentially a 5-star player. Lenny Pirengwell? Lenny Pirengwell? Let's have a look at him then. I mean, first touch of 16, passing of 14, technique of 16. For an 18-year-old, for a central midfielder, that's very, very good. Dribbling could be massively improved. What's his personality? Balanced. Determination does worry me that he isn't going to reach that potential, but physically looks very good with acceleration, pace and stamina. We just need to improve his mentals, but I think if we can get that dribbling up, he could be someone that maybe dips in and out of this team to start with and comes off the bench just to get some first team experience. Tactically then, viewers, what I'm going to start with is a 4-3-1-2 narrow. So it's going to be a back four, a midfield three of a ball-winning midfielder, deep line playmaker and a Mazzala, attacking midfielder and 2 strikers. Although we don't have an out-and-out strikers, I think when you look at those star ratings, there's some very, very good players here. In January, we may have to focus on looking at getting a striker. That is a top priority, but I think we've got the makings of a very good team there. 1 or 2 improvements in that midfield, 1 defender. We have got something that could be built very, very well here, but striker is the main priority looking into January. And as we said then, if we are looking for a striker in January, we've got £707,000 and £14,000 a week to spend on wages. It's going to be very tight, but hopefully we can find someone that fits that bill. Maybe move 1 or 2 players on that aren't going to feature here to try and just increase those to enable us to bring in players that will fit the system we want to play. And finally then, viewers, before we leave it there for today, a quick look at the squad depth. So we've got 3 goalkeepers that are all capable of playing. Two decent looking left backs, 1 outstanding centre back, which is Banadashil. Again, pretty competent backups. At right back, somewhere that we may have to improve. We've got 3 right backs all up the same star rating wise. Central midfield wise, then we've got plenty of players that can play there. Maybe one that's a standout one, which is Eden Katasev. Again, doesn't look a bad player on paper there. And he's a perfectionist, which does strike me very well as a personality. Attacking midfield, that is where he is strongest again, so we may have to play him in behind. And striker, as we've just seen there, we've got Hwang Yu-jo, who is our best striker, 31-year-old player though. Can he get the goals for us this season? But other than that, looking at the backups, that is where we are weakest. So striker is the position that we do need to improve straight away. And what we'll do is then, viewers, we will leave it there for today and we will come back for the game against Rennes tomorrow. So we've done the introduction and then we'll meet back up for this first league game against Rennes and hopefully pick up 3 magical points on our debut as the Bordeaux manager. If you have enjoyed that then, viewers, please don't forget to smash that like button for me. Share the video around. Subscribe to the channel as well for more content. Thank you very, very much for watching and I shall see you again for more next time.